everyone to Dallas, Texas for Game 2 of this best-of-7 first-round series between the Portland Trailblazers and the Dallas Mavericks. Mavericks won a hard-fought Game 1, 89-81. Welcome inside, just underway here in Dallas. Jason Kidd. On a kick out to Stevenson. Marion back to Kidd. Matt Devlin alongside the Hall of Famer Kevin McHale, and Nowitzki. What a fourth quarter, along with Jason Kidd in game number 1.
Yeah, really an unusual quarter for Dirk Nowitzki. He had 2 baskets, had 18 points. That doesn't happen very often.
Well, 13 of 13 from the free throw line.
That helps a great deal, Matt. Yeah, absolutely.
Rick Carlisle told us before the start of this game as Kidd spots up the 3, and it's not good. He made 6 of them, a playoff career best in game 1. Rick Carlisle telling us that the first one to 80 wins.
Yeah, he said after the way that first game was played, this is going to be a defensive, just both teams getting after it. And the Mavericks are going to score Dirk Nowitzki plus committee, and then this is the guy they got to get going for Portland. Crash Wallace. He's got the layup there after a nice little drop pass. They got to get him going. Wes Matthews hit a shot already in this game, and the other guy is Brandon Roy off the bench. Matt, 2 of those 3 have to come up big, because Portland's not going to win many games when you score 81 points in a playoff game.
Wesley Matthews, Gerald Wallace in game 1, a combined 5 of 16. Andre Miller to the veteran Marcus Camby. Camby fires away. Shot doesn't go. Along with Gerald Wallace, Wesley Matthews, and the Dallas native LaMarcus Aldridge. For the Dallas Mavericks, Sean Marion, Jason Kidd, Deshaun Stevenson, Tyson Chandler, and Dirk Nowitzki. Stevenson gives it up. Nowitzki gives it back. Shot clock down to 5. Knocked away. Chandler.
Here's the guy, Matt, that they really got to get going. Nice drop pass. Aldridge is a very willing passer, and nothing better than a layup for a guy who had problems shooting the ball in the first game. And they need him to go out there and get his average, 15, 16, 17 points. And again, I think he was a little bit too pumped up that first game. Matt came out and impressed a little bit. Gerald Wallace did.
Just picked up his first. Dan Crawford, Ed Malloy, and Pat Frere are 3 officials. And talking to Gerald Wallace, Marion flicks it up, an air ball. Aldridge comes down with it. Here's Gerald driving, and he gets tangled up by Stevenson. And that was something that Gerald Wallace said, I just got to relax and take what they give me, and this is where he excels.
Absolutely. A nice throw ahead, and really all Stevenson can do is just grab him, and does a nice job of wrapping him up, not trying to hurt him. He gets 2 free throws. I'm glad the referees, sometimes in those plays, they get excited early in the game, and they call it flagrant. That wasn't a flagrant. That was a good hard playoff foul.
Wallace did not make it to the free throw line.
And you saw right there, his role for this team is crash, and crash early, baby. He's got to get going. And, he's just going to attack. He's going to get to the hole. He just is such a dynamic player. He can play that 4 spot, and it gives Portland the ability to play smaller, but still play very active. A great weak side shot blocker. And we'll see 1 or 2 tonight where Crash comes over from the weak side and gets a block shot on Dallas attempt.
Wallace didn't make it to the line on Saturday in game 1. Dallas puts on the line. Well, the last time they led a playoff series, 2 games to none. It was 2006 in the NBA Finals against the Miami Heat. And, of course, Portland's just looking for the split. And a foul is called, and the foul's on Aldridge.
Yeah, nice little drive there by Stevenson. And, I like Stevenson in the starting lineup. It puts the ball with Kidd. They started Roddy Boubois for a while, and he's hurt, not going to play tonight. They tried different people, but I like a standard lineup, like, bigger a 2-man in Stevenson, Kidd with the ball, and I like it. And I like the fact that Stevenson sometimes can settle for 3s, put the ball on the floor, got in the hole, got to the hole, and got a foul on Aldridge.
Stevenson in game 1 had 5 points, all earned in the first. And as you see here, and you noted, I mean, he's not out there necessarily for shooting.
Physical defender. Yeah. He's a tough, hard-nosed guy, and he's part of the reason that Wesley Matthews had a tough start and really never got going in the first game.
Picked up 2 early fouls to Matthews. Played just 19 minutes. Matthews sends it on the interior. Aldridge. Single coverage. Backing down on Chandler. Fading. Shot, soft touch.
nice soft touch by Marcus Aldridge. But I'll tell you what, you're going to see a lot of that tonight. Dallas won't come down. They won't double team on that. You know, the fadeaway jump shots, he's saying he's going to make him shoot those over Tyson Chandler and make him, you know, just compete and fight for every point. And Portland's hoping that they come down and double team, because when you double team, it opens up the offensive glass, and also what it does, it puts you in a scramble mode on defense for Dallas. But Dallas probably will not double Aldridge unless he absolutely goes off, man.
And they doubled a little bit late with Jason Kidd in game 1. But as you noted, when you double, then it's going to open up outside. Nowitzki fires away for the first time.
And conversely, you know what? Nate McMillan's very happy with Aldridge's defense on Dirk. Get a hand up, make him shoot over the top. So I think you'll see very little doubling of anybody in the post.
Now, you've talked about this so much when you don't have to double. And a whistle, and a foul, and a foul's on Chandler. It really allows you guys to go out there and certainly play straight up. And you always talk about 2 guarding 3 and 3 guarding 4.
When 2 guard 1, 3 got to guard 4, and it ends up being a scramble. And I like the fact that both coaches are committed to saying, I'm going to make these guys shoot over the hand, and I trust my defenders. They trust Marcus Aldridge on Dirk Nowitzki, and they trust Tyson Chandler to guard Marcus Aldridge. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a really interesting series. It'll be a long series, and these are 2 really equally matched teams.
And both teams committed at the defensive end. Aldridge backing down on Chandler. Cook doesn't fall, and Nowitzki comes away with a rebound.
I love that move, though, by Aldridge. The jump hook, crab dribble, nice jump hook. And, oh, man, they got Chandler for an offensive foul there. That really hurt.
Furious as he heads over toward the end of the bench.
That's 2 on him, and that hurts, because now they're going to have to go in. But that's big. That's a big foul, because they're taking their best defender off the floor. But not many teams come in with a guy like Brendan Haywood. I mean, he's another quality center that actually started for this team quite a bit before they had Tyson Chandler. But I don't think he's quite the defender. A little more physical, but not quite the defender that Tyson Chandler is.
Played just under 16 minutes in the first game. He did record 6 rebounds and a block. Matthews. Post-up opportunity, Gerald Wallace. Layup, and it doesn't go. Knocked away, and it's going to be Dallas basketball.
I've seen this call a lot. It's the moving screen call right there. And boy, I tell you what, those are awful tough calls. I mean, you know, that's boy, you hate to pick up your second foul if you're Tyson Chandler on that call this early in the game.
You know, what did Nate McMillan, tell us when we talked to him? He's done an outstanding job in his 6th season. He said, cool basketball doesn't win in the playoffs. He said, you got to scrap, you got to claw, and right now that's what these 2 teams are doing. Portland's 3 of 8 from the field. Dallas 1 of 6.
Yeah, no, like we said, it's going to be a defensive series, and cool basketball definitely doesn't win. Rick Grimes wins in these games.
And you're not into pool anyway. No. Marion with left hand.
Great job by the Matrix. I'm so uncool, you had to pick my tie out for me tonight.
You brought so many. I never, typically, 1 is enough. Aldridge right to the rim.
Nice hard drive there by Aldridge. And what you're going to see tonight is every time that Portland has a mismatch size-wise, they're going to go to it. That time they had Wallace being guarded by Kidd. They're going to drop it into their guards. Whenever they feel they have a height mismatch in the post, they're going to go to it and make Dallas scramble.
Camby on Nowitzki, squares up, shot doesn't fall. Hayward tries to keep it alive, can't. Andre Miller sends it to Wallace, driving, and he is fouled. Nowitzki is 0 of 3 to start.
And you're going to see Aldridge here, nice pump fake, both guys go for it, he goes in, and really that's been the improvement in his game to me, his ability to grab, dribble in the post, get the shot, and then take the ball from the perimeter, pump fake, drive it to the rim. 2 points, Aldridge.
Heading into game 2, Kevin, some questions.
Yeah, can Jason Kidd get it going? I know they didn't pencil in 24 points for Jason Kidd to start that game. Or 6 threes. And for Portland, these 2 guys right here have got to come up big. Wes Matthews and Crash Wallace, and they've got to get out there and just be active. They got to score some points for Portland. And again, right here now, can Aldridge draw double team? And this is how you do it if you want to do it. Nice grab dribble, get in there, shoot that jump hook. And again, if they can draw double teams, what does that end up doing? Scramble defense, opens up the boards, and allows Portland to play much better if Aldridge can demand a double team in the post. So that young man there has got to work hard in the post and draw doubles.
Wallace back at the free throw line, 1 and 2. He was picked up in a trade by the Portland Trailblazers. At the trade deadline for Joel Prisbilla, Dante Cunningham, Shot Marks, and 2 conditional first-round picks from Childersburg, Alabama. Town of around 3,000. Let's go to Atlanta and Ernie Johnson. EJ. All right, thanks so much, EJ. And how about the one in Boston? Unbelievable finish, Kevin.
Great game against Stoudemire, has back spasms, doesn't play. New York takes him right down to the wire. And again, you know, the Celtics come out with a tight, tough win.
Wallace, the 3, stretching it out. 33% for the Blazers during the regular season. Has 8 points. 8 of the 14 for Portland.
Well,
so
one of the guys,
like
we talked about, they need to come out is coming out for Portland. And there's a guy, Jason Terry. If the Dallas Mavericks are not only going to win this series and make a long playoff run, Jet Terry has got to be really big for this team. And right here, now you see a double team. Let's see how they handle it.
Wallace on the drive. And Dan Crawford with the whistle and a foul on Shawn Marion.
Nothing like a couple free throws to make you feel good about yourself, working hard, and all of a sudden that three-pointer looks a little better, Matt, when you make a few free throws. Got a couple points under your belt, and Wallace right now is coming out just aggressive, putting the ball on the floor, attacking, and a completely different Gerald Wallace than you saw in the first game. I think a little bit uptight, maybe a little playoff jitters, and probably trying too hard.
Wallace misses there. Shawn Marion, who's leaving now with 2 fouls. Peja Stojakovic checks in. Nicholas Batum is in. He can be out. Marion did a solid job on the Wallace in game 1, and now they go small. And Nate McMillan has been talking about, I'm going to go small. We talked to him before the start of the game, and he said, look, we can generate offense with this smaller lineup.
Yeah. You know, as odd as it is for Portland, who plays a very slow game, they really want to speed this up. They want to get some pace in the game, and they want to get to the small lineup and try to push the Mavs in a fast break game.
Wallace, 4 of 6 from the free throw line. He has 9 points, and it's deflected out of bounds by Wesley Matthews. And the Portland Trailblazers right now with a 6-point advantage over the Dallas Mavericks.
One quick thing to look for, the 2 best Dallas Mavericks defenders, Marion and Tyson Chandler, are on the bench. And so, you know, it's going to be interesting to see how they defend against this Portland team. You had a little collision there between Jet Terry and Wes Matthews, little head button.
And a timeout is going to be called. And Wesley Matthews still down. You see him.
Yeah, they hit heads.
Yep.
And definitely Wes took the worst of that one.
A headbutt there. And Wes is still down. Wesley Matthews. His first year with the Trailblazers, second year out of Marquette. Undrafted free agent signed by Utah.
One of the quality signings of last summer. I tell you what, he got a nice contract, and everybody thought, what's this young man going to be able to do for Portland? Well, what he did, he kept them afloat when Brandon Roy went down with injuries, and Brandon had a tough time. Wesley Matthews stepped up and played tremendous basketball for them all year long. And
Jeff Clark, the head athletic trainer for the Portland Trailblazers, still attending to Wesley Matthews after that collision. Moments ago,